Hi everyone, happy fall equinox. I can't believe it is already that time of the year, and I figured this was a perfect day for me to come on here and do a quick walkthrough of my latest deck, which is the Earth Sign Vibes Oracle deck. We are just actually exiting Virgo season, but for me, I associate harvest and the equinox, and the fall season just obviously is just reaping of the essence of Mother Earth and the leaves changing and all those beautiful things. It's my favorite season, so maybe that's why. If you guys have been following me, you are already aware that I have released for sale and obviously have videos corresponding with those decks as well for fire sign vibes and water sign vibes. So air signs are last, and that one I'm hoping will go to the printer within the next week, fingers crossed. But hopefully you guys can check out those other videos. This will be a very similar walkthrough. There are 44 cards in this deck, and they tie to the elements, personality, traits, shadows, stereotypes associated with earth signs: Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. If you may not have an earth sun sign, everybody thinks automatically, oh, I'm a Sagittarius. You might want to look at your chart, because I'm a prime example. I'm a Sag, but I have, I think, 8 or 9 planets in earth signs. So that is an entire makeup that makes up your personality and your communication traits, styles. And it's important to look into that for not only yourself and your own inner guidance, better understanding of yourself, but also your relationships with your spouse, with your family, friends. It's never ending. So if you would like any type of assistance with that, I can get you started on discovering that aspect of yourself, and that information's down below. Information about this deck and any of the other ones that I offer for sale is also down below. Okay, so 44 cards, guys, and again, you probably know the drill, but the general cards are traits that would typically be associated with 2 or more of the earth signs that are the subject of this deck. However, there are specific traits that are broken down. There are 3 tarot card keys, and these are tied to the corresponding images in my Sacred Union tarot deck, which is also available for purchase at the link down below. So the first one is the Hierophant, which is associated with Taurus. It's Tarot Card Key 5, Spirituality and Guidance. Okay, so if you get one of the tarot card keys, that's just a sign that you would want to obviously look more into that, that tarot card archetype, right? Obviously you have some guidance, maybe the image on the card speaks out to you, maybe the keywords speak out to you, but you can literally Google, the Hierophant Tarot and look into all the different meanings that are associated with it, and really start to see what is this card trying to tell you. Also, obviously, look at it if you're using it as a clarifier with other cards in the spread for yourself or your client. Again, I always say this, that this is just guidance. This is what went into my creation of the deck, but you yourself may have a different interpretation, and that's okay. There's no right or wrong, and you should definitely not ignore your own intuition. So anyway, Hierophant, Taurus. The Hermit is associated with Virgo, Tarot Card Key 9, Going Within and Solitude. And last, Capricorn, and this is not me bashing Capricorns. They are known to be associated, I don't know who they created this, but the Devil is associated with Capricorn, Tarot Card Key 15, Ego and Fear. Okay, so in addition to the 3 tarot card keys, we also have the Natal Chart Key. Okay, and your natal chart is what I was getting into earlier, where I was saying that, yeah, I am a Sag sun sign, but I have like 8 or 9, I have like 8 planets, and then plus my rising sign is an earth sign. So your natal chart, you can look up that can be looked up for free on cafeastrology.com, and there's some other websites as well. But if you get one of the natal chart keys, that is a sign that whatever it is you're asking about, be it yourself, be it a relationship, that you want to look more in depth and into this natal chart, and that there's more going on, maybe why somebody's communicating a certain way, why somebody's behaving a certain way. So The maiden is associated with Virgo, and the dates do vary, I think, based on leap year. So I just, the standard most of the time, you're looking at the state range. Just be mindful, there could be people that are on the cusp, and therefore they could have traits of whatever sign is on the corresponding day or day before or day after. But the Virgo is associated with August 23rd to September 22nd and is known as the maiden. And this actually ties, when I say the natal chart, to the constellations, Virgo. I think they actually have the shape, of these attributes. Like Scorpio definitely has the scorpion shape. So anyway, the goat is Capricorn, natal chart key December 22nd through January 19th. The bull, Taurus, natal chart key April 20th to May 20th. So again, if you get this too, it could just be confirmation that you're specifically dealing with a Taurus, right? Just further confirmation of trying to identify if somebody, you're using this as a clarifier, as far as, for a client, it's like, hey, you might be dealing with a Taurus. Just further confirmation for them on their journey and whatever it is you're trying to convey to them during that session. Okay, so in addition to the tarot card keys and the natal chart key cards, we have 2 shadow cards for each sign. So Virgo is perfectionist. And when I say shadow, I mean these are like the stereotypes that are associated, a lot of times. Doesn't mean just because you're a Virgo, you're a perfectionist. It just means that you might be more prone to have this type of personality trait. Or if you're dealing with a Virgo and somebody is acting this way, it might help explain it, right? And I'm not an advocate of using astrology to, just like anything else, to say, oh, they're this sign or they're whatever, so it excuses behavior. I don't believe in that, but I believe in it helps get to the bottom of an issue where somebody does have this personality trait. They have this for a reason, right? Because they have a lot of Virgo in their chart. It's not that this person's attacking you. It's like, oh, this is their makeup, and here's my makeup, and how can we better communicate, knowing now that we have these aspects of ourselves that are inherent and are born with us in our star sign, right? So Virgo's perfectionist, judgmental. I love this one. Some of these images I get, and I'm like, okay, wow. Sometimes the image actually dictates what concept I'm gonna have, but that was so perfect. Judgmental. We all have those days, by the way. It doesn't have to just be a Virgo. Stubborn. Taurus is known as being a stubborn sign, for sure. The bull, they're associated with the bull. Glutton. Taurus is also a glutton. They love to eat. They love all the fancy foods, fine wines, cooking. Yeah, but it could sometimes be a shadow. Uptight. Capricorn, definitely uptight. And they can be cold. So those are the specific ones. And now the remainder of the deck is in alphabetical order, and it is ones, again, that are just generally applicable to two or all of the earth signs. So we have abundant. They definitely tend to be abundant. And you guys are at least working hard, right? So earth is also associated in the tarot with pentacles, which pentacles are the finances. So that all ties together. You guys will also notice, I didn't mention this earlier, but in these decks that I've created, I try in most cases, and there's some that just didn't work out, or there was just an image that really fit better, but I try to evoke the element, the particular element. So fire sign deck obviously has a lot of images. Most of the images contain fire, right? Fire, explosions, fireworks, this type of things. Water is water. So obviously here we go with earth. We're going to have a lot of green, a lot of grass, a lot of nature in these images. So abundant. We have ambitious. Now, yeah, I know he's out walking in the woods, kind of looks like he's skipping out on work, but I just love this image because actually even though he's walking in the woods and kind of clearing his head, he's actually got this mentality of like bettering himself and working hard, right? So he's not even like taking that off even when he's out relaxing. So I just like that he's got that drive, that ambition. Okay. Calm. Although, yeah, earth signs can be stubborn and they can be judgmental and all those things. For the most part, compared to fire signs, being, you know, very, what's the word I want to say? Just like wild, crazy, right? Where some of the cards in the fire signs deck, water obviously has dramatic and those types of things. Earth signs are pretty much, you know, pretty calm. And if you get this, you know, if you're getting this, these decks are great to be used as clarifiers, right? Just in general, outside of the astrological aspect. But if you are an earth sign, or you have heavy earth in your chart and you're just doing a reading on yourself and you get this may be trying to tell you, you know, this is an aspect where you're not in true alignment with who you are and what your personality really, in your soul is kind of blueprinted to be, right? If you're not calm, that's probably an aspect that you need to work on, and Spirit is trying to say, hey, you need to work on calming yourself more. Cautious. Committed. I love that one because, of course, they're outside in front of a tree. So that's a beautiful image. Connected. Connected to the earth. Connected to just, you know, pretty much, I get that, like the solitude and within themselves too. Controlling. Now see, that's not such a positive one, but earth signs can be controlling because probably they want everything tangible, physical here, you know, they want certainty, right? So sometimes that can lean towards the shadow of being controlling. Decisive. Dedicated. Demanding. I love that one. Although this one kind of looks like J-Lo. It's not. It was a free image I used, but I thought it was kind of definitely has that vibe of a demanding queen. Detached. Determined. Disciplined. Frugal. Genuine. Grounded. This is probably one of my favorite ones in the whole deck. I just love this image. Although I don't know how, I'm like, I don't think I'd ever be that flexible to be able to do that pose, but goals, right? Hardworking. Humble. Introvert. Irritable. I think that one's pretty funny. It's like this little angry child is about to, like, she didn't get her way, so she's, you know, pouting. Natural. Nurturing. Patient. I love that one because it's like just completely surrendering to the all, having your wings, complete opposite of fire signs, right? Totally impatient. So it's funny. I've noticed that within myself, right? One of the things that I did not have balance on that I worked on during my journey was patience. So that's probably a card I would have got over and over and over again if I would have made this deck a couple years ago. Physical. And I love how, yeah, I don't know why they're in like soaking in a bunch of fruit and foods, but how fitting is that for earth signs, right? Plush. Like the finer things in life. Practical. Safe. Seductive. Stable. Strong. Structured. She looks like a lot of fun, huh? I almost made this one a Virgo card, and then I was like, no, because I definitely know that like other earth signs, yeah, Taurus can definitely have that too. And trustworthy. I just love that one. So I hope you like that, guys. I hope you like the Earth Signs deck, and I would encourage you, if this is the first one of these videos that you're seeing from me, that please go back and check out the fire and the water signs. I think these would be great to purchase all together, and I plan to do that myself and actually mix them together and use them in conjunction. I've been starting to use them as clarifiers, and they've been working really well, especially the water signs deck. If any of you are interested in purchasing more than one deck, let me know of this series, and I may be offering some sort of a special if 2 or more are purchased. So please keep that in mind, and please like, subscribe, and share. I would love to grow my channel. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.